Welcome to Strong for Life Live. This is Coach Josh Wood down in Hobart, Tasmania. It is July 4th in Australia. Happy 4th of July to all you Americans out there. Please don't blow your fingers off and enjoy a hot dog for me. Now, let's do announcements. So, as of yesterday, the Lean for Life 2023 weight loss challenge, technically winter weight loss challenge here in Australia, but we have folks from Europe, US, all over the place. Kicked off yesterday. Everybody's already hitting their first workouts, dialing in their nutrition, enjoying the new recipes, and making new friends in the dedicated community. So congrats to everyone involved there. It's really awesome to see. Really cool to see all the different people with different goals and living in different places, dealing with different challenges, but learning how to overcome all of them. And if you missed out on this challenge, stay tuned. There will be another. And hopefully you won't miss out on that. As long as you're paying attention, you'll hear when it starts up. So really cool to see. Really stoked for everybody to see how they go, see what they learn, see what they accomplish. I'm excited for their accomplishments moving forward. And if you have any questions about that challenge or anything upcoming, please let me know. Now, let's get into the meat of it. Go outside. Okay, podcast done. That's it. That's all I have to say today. Just go outside. We're in Australia. It's winter. And yes, those of you that haven't lived here think Australia is just all sunshine and beaches. It's not. It gets plenty cold. We get frost on the ground. We get snow in the mountains. Here in Tasmania and in southern Australia, it gets freezing. And all the houses are made out of tissue paper because nobody ever accounts for the winter. And so everybody hibernates. And everybody puts on their big jackets and stays at home and says, well, it's cold out. I don't care. Go outside. I don't care if it's cold. I don't care if it's hot. You need to go outside anyway. Find a different time of day to go out. And just get out there. Going outside and doing anything outside is incredibly good for you. First of all, it's our evolution. We are creatures that evolved outside like every other creature. We can handle it. There's no such thing as bad weather. There's just bad clothing selection. Put a jacket on, put a hat on, go outside. Actually, you know what? It's a good opportunity to shout out to Libby, one of my clients who goes out, even if there's snow on the ground, does her workouts in the dark, in the ungodly hours of the morning, and gets them done on her balcony or patio. So, shout out to Libby. Killing it over there. Live like Libby, folks. Get outside. There's a lot of research around doing activities outside that we normally do inside. And there's an area of research that looks at what we call like green exercise or green activity. This is activities and exercises, particularly around fitness exercise, that is done in nature or in simulated nature. And here's an interesting thing. There's some studies where they have people doing things like stationary bike, or they're doing like treadmill time. And they're doing it with either nature scenery or nature sounds. And in both instances, their recovery and performance is noticeably better just by introducing literally pictures of nature around the workout area or the sounds of nature in the workout area. That's astonishing. The fact that you can put a picture of some trees and have some bird sounds in your earphones and that improves both your recovery and performance says a lot about that kind of stimulus and how important it is for us. Imagine actually being outside and being in nature. And it's just such an amazing thing to see because we 100% know that exercise improves the symptoms of anxiety and depression. If you're not exercising and you suffer from anxiety or depression, that is the most cost-effective way to start treating your symptoms. Will it cure you? Probably not. Will it make your life better? Yes. Will you feel better? Yes. You will become healthier in lots of domains, but ultimately those symptoms are decreased in almost every single case. You know what else does that? Time in nature. Forest bathing. Spending time outside breathing real air, looking at green things and mountains or the ocean, whatever takes your fancy, but spending time outside in the real world makes you healthier and makes your brain work better and makes you feel better. Combine the effects of exercise with the effects of being outside, and you have the secret sauce. You have the recipe for immediate improvement in your mood and your health. Exercise does that. Nature time does that. Put them together, you've discovered the secret. So this week, what we've been discussing in the group has been, what do you like to do most outside? What is your go-to outdoor activity that brings you joy and fulfillment? And these are things that, if you're not doing them, pick one and do it this week. I don't care how cold it is or how hot it is. If it's hot, go in the morning, go in the evening. If it's cold, go when the sun's up. If it's cold then, put on a jacket. It's still cold, 2 jackets. Find some time to get outside this week. So a lot of outdoor stuff comes from the people in the northern hemisphere enjoying summer. So we've got things like adventuring around the lake with the kids, gardening, swimming in the pool, free diving, big fan of free diving, fishing, being out near the water. But most of these things that people are talking about are literally just being outside around nature stuff. Going out and enjoying the sun and the smell of green things and the fresh air. I'm looking through this and nobody is saying going out and doing a HIIT workout in the blazing sun. You don't have to do that. Walking your dog, walks with the family, walking along the beach, walking in the bush. The only person who was like, exercise activity was our nutritionist Abby, who says playing frisbee at the park with the fam until she gets it stuck in a tree. And that's great too. Outdoor activities, group sports, team sports are a great option. So at some point this week, you just need to get outside. I would recommend a walk. I'm going to go for a run. It's gray and cold and miserable. And I'm like, I don't want to go for a run. But I'm going to do it because I know I'm going to feel better. So what I'm going to do after this. After talking to all of you, I'm going to go outside and go for a run in the hills. It's not going to be a long one. It might be 30 minutes, maybe 40 if I get distracted and find some rabbit tracks that I follow for a bit or find a good looking tree. I tend to stop and start a lot because I'm looking at stuff. But that's half the joy, and that's half of what's good for you, is just taking time away from the normal. So if you're sitting around this week and you're like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to exercise. I don't know what to do. Well, if you don't know what to do, you should have a coach. But you don't know what to do, gosh, just go for a walk. Go outside and go for a walk. That's what I want you to do this week. If you don't already do that, add that in. If you're a runner, do your runs outside. Get off the treadmill. Yes, if it's a blizzard or a tornado or intense, monsoon rains, do it a different day. But in the meantime, that is all we're doing this week. Finding some time to get outside and enjoy the fresh air and move your body in whatever way you see fit. And then I want to hear about it. Tell me about what you did outside this week that you wouldn't have otherwise. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Aside from that, I do want to shout out to a couple clients this week who've been killing it. Libby got a impromptu shout out, but Sarah and Abby, because they're one person, they're two of the ladies. Well, Abby's our nutritionist, and Sarah's one of our hardworking clients over in Adelaide, and they have such an awesome gym crew. I'm always seeing stuff on social media about them. So great to see. They're always having fun. They're there well beyond, but earlier than I would even want to wake up. But they're there working and flexing at themselves in the mirror and working hard and having fun because they've created a great community. And that's the best thing we could do is find or create communities where we're at around the things that are most important to us. So shout out to them for kicking ass over there in Adelaide. And then Dylan in Colorado. He is what? He's kicking ass too. Almost a centimeter off his waist every week. Already down a handful of kilos. And the secret for him is he just really gets into good food, quality eating, hitting his numbers, and then walking a lot. Technically, he's rucking. He puts 9 kilos in a backpack and does all his walks that way. Great way to increase your energy expenditure. Great way to get outside. But shout out to Dylan for really killing it. He's been on vacation for a week with his family up in Wisconsin, and he pretty much nailed his food that whole time. So keep walking, nail your food. That's the secret to the lifelong weight loss. So well done, everybody, this last week. Thanks, everyone, for putting in on this week's discussion point. Like I said, get outside, do some exercise. Tell us all about it. We'll see you next week.